Well, this is kind of an odd movie week. Spider-Man kicked some serious web last weekend. Ted was still doing well. Brave is still doing okay. Miracle Mike is doing well. Magic Mike is doing well. All right, so we've got a couple of movies opening. I'll tell you the big one. I'll tell you the big one with reservations. It's Ice Age Continental Drift. This is the fourth of the movies, the fifth if you count the TV one. In my review, I said that over the weekend I'd been to a restaurant that had omelets. They had various kind of omelets. They had Greek omelets, farmer's omelets, Denver omelets. And then one that's called a garbage omelet, and it's listed as a garbage omelet. It says that the chef throws everything. You know, it's a surprise. This was kind of a garbage omelet of a movie. There was no reason to make this movie except serious money. I mean, the animation is great. The cast is great. It's got Ray Romano and Queen Latifah is playing Mastodon parents. We've got Dennis Leary as Diego, the saber-toothed tiger. We've got John Leguizamo as a sloth. I mean, there's some great voice talents, including Jennifer Lopez in this one. The story, do you care? I mean, the problem about this is instead of it just being straightforward, and the squirrel with the nut is actually integrated into the plot this time as opposed to just being the preview. The thing I liked best was Lisa from The Simpsons playing Long Day's Journey into Daycare, which was adorable. It was fresh and it was funny and it was new and this is none of the above. I mean, this thing is melting as far as I'm concerned. Not only is the continent melting, but the franchise is. I mean, the animation is terrific, let's face it. The voices are terrific, but we have so many subplots. We've got the mom and dad are worried about their daughter who's hanging out with the wrong tribe. Then she starts with another group, and then they make fun of her old friend, and so we've got that. We've got the mom and dad are then separated because the one's on an ice floe, and he says, "Don't worry, just stay alive. I'll come back." We've got Diego who's got a new love interest. We've got a Barbary 8 pirate on a pirate ship. Ugh. And this isn't a 90-some minute movie. I just thought it was a mess. I mean, and for kids, I mean, it's like ultra stimulation. It's like a sugar high. I was really disappointed, and I thought the first one was great. The second one was okay, and I think they're deteriorating. And I mean, you only have so many ideas, I guess, and this one was the garbage omelet. Just throw everything in. I gave it 2 stars. I thought it was vaguely sort of annoying. Red Lights. This is a movie that I probably like better than most. The idea is that we have a psychologist and her assistant study paranormal activity, which leads them to investigate a world-renowned psychic. Now, do you care about any of this? Well, Sigourney Weaver plays the psychologist. Cillian Murphy plays her assistant. Robert De Niro plays the guy that we think may be a fraud. Elizabeth Olsen is wandering around in this movie for reasons I don't quite understand. But, you know, I thought this was kind of a fun movie. The ending will either leave you cold or leave you satisfied, depending on what you thought about this. It gives you a little bit of a hint of things to come because it's called drama horror thriller. I mean, the cast was so good. I thought Robert De Niro was terrific in this. I watched Cillian Murphy do anything, Sigourney Weaver. I kind of like this. Many people did not. I'll give you a hint about that. I think I gave it 2.5, 3 stars. The Imposter. This is a terrific movie. I said this a while ago. It's a documentary biography, and it focuses on a young Frenchman who convinces a grieving Texas family that he's their 16-year-old son who went missing for 3 years. So this is one of those stories that's right out of the headlines. I thought this was a really chilling movie. And they interview the guy, and I'm not going to tell you how it ends. I'm not going to tell you the middle of it. But it's one of those stories that makes, I don't know what it makes you believe in, but it's absolutely mesmerizing. You know, there have been all sorts of movies. It's called The Imposter, so it gives you some clue about what's going on here. But you don't know exactly what's happening here or why it's happening here. And I just thought it was a very interesting movie. So we've got 3 kind of offbeat movies. Well, we've got 2 offbeat movies and one that I thought was really mediocre. I'm sure, I mean, of the 3 movies, the only one that's going to make any money is Ice Age. Yeah, it's in 3D. Those irritating glasses. There's about 2 things that you care about with the 3D. My guess is that Spider-Man will probably continue his reign and should. Spider-Man's a fun movie. Ted, I mean, Ted is silly, profane fun, but it is fun. This one, if I had to compare this with Brave, which is probably part of the same audience, Brave is at least fresh. Brave doesn't have much zing to it. It's not quite as zippy as you'd like this to be. But this one, I mean, you've seen everything in it before. I'm trying to think if there's anything genuinely scary for kids. I think the idea of mom and dad being separated on ice floes is kind of scary. The fights with the tiger, or with the saber-toothed tigers, I don't know. This one left me, I suppose it should have left me colder than it did. It's called Ice Age. I thought it was melting. 800-544-7070. I'm Dr. Joy Browne.